Yes, folks, the Labour Party have finally done something sensible. They've announced they're going to scrap the definition for Islamophobia and anti-Muslim hate focus. So back in 2019, when it was the opposition, and they had MPs like Angela Rayner going around mosques and getting on her knees, metaphorically of course, in front of imams, begging for their community votes and offering them absolutely anything they wanted, including making Islamophobia a law. And, good, I am glad, because at the end of the day, like every other religion, Islam is an idea. And no idea should be above scrutiny or criticism. And it should never, ever have come into question. And that's the thing with words like racism, Islamophobia. They're getting thrown around these days like confetti to shut down argument. Yeah, sure, racism does exist. There are people out there who truly hate other people for their skin colour, which is wrong. You can't really judge someone on their skin colour. It's an immutable characteristic. You can't help that. But somebody came up with Islamophobia because they didn't want criticism of their religion, and they wanted someone punished for it, and that's not on. As the late great Christopher Hitchens once put it, Islamophobia is a word created by fascists and used by cowards to manipulate morons, end quote. And making Islamophobia into some sort of legal hate speech law would only allow blasphemy laws to become more prominent in Britain, and blasphemy laws have absolutely no place in British society. Now, I've said all that, however, there's a bit of a twist, because it turns out a party working group has now drawn up a new wording that will replace the controversial definition. So they want to replace Islamophobia with anti-Muslim hate. Now, the term anti-Muslim hate, according to them, is a small distinction. It's a smaller distinction, protecting people, not ideologies. And yes, believe it or not, there have been innocent Muslims targeted simply because they're Muslims. I think it's totally unfair to paint every demographic into the image of the bad guys in their midst. But then again, why should one group of people in Britain get more protection than everyone else? Aren't we all equal under the law? And doesn't British law cater for everyone living here? It should. But I think the only religion that has its own legal protection are the Jews. Anti-Semitism is a crime. Now, compared to the Muslims in this country, there's only around roughly 300,000 Jews in Britain. Then again, saying that, remember my video the other day? Islam now outnumbers Welsh people here on our island, so why don't we Welsh people get our own Welsh phobia law? After all, we're a minority now, so shouldn't we get special status? Isn't that how it works? Of course it isn't, and it shouldn't. Nobody should get special treatment just because they cry about it. Now, like I said, there's a small twist here. It's not gone completely, it's just worded differently. So it can't be used more broadly, but it's a start, and it's a victory on our way to total free speech here in Britain, which is essential, probably the most important cog in the wheel of democracy. After all, Islamophobia in law here in Britain would have made it almost impossible to even look at an Islamist without them crying about it. Going to the police and you getting a criminal record, that's not on. Nothing ever should threaten free speech in this country. If we are to advance into the future and progress as a species, humans need free speech. I notice on social media, the only ones who are crying about this and getting angry are the extremists. Because at the end of the day, they want to control how you look at them, not just how you think about them, but everything. And so putting these people into check is, it can only be a good thing, right? Absolutely no one in this country should be prosecuted or have a criminal record or go to jail for making a valid criticism of what is essentially a foreign ideology. I mean, before I go, here's an example for you how hypocritical these people are. Mehdi Hasan, a well-known personality on social media and left-wing mainstream media, he was campaigning and fighting for this Islamophobia law to be made in Britain. And yet, around 10 years ago, in a mosque, he was heard making a speech comparing non-Muslims to animals and pigs. So there we go. That's the sort of person who wants to stop you criticising Islam. And I can assure you there will be moderate Muslims welcoming this news as well. And there we go, folks. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll catch you at the next video. Roger Trout.